Hi doll people, and welcome to another photography video. In the last photography video, we went over how I do like a pretty simple backdrop. Somebody mentioned that they would love if this were a series. And I like that idea. I'm always taking pictures, and there's so many different ways that I take pictures of my dolls. So one of the barriers of accessibility that some people find themselves in is having to find backdrops, lighting, even a really nice camera. I got you. I got you. Just because you don't have a bazillion lighting options and stuff like that doesn't mean you can't take a nice photo of your doll. So in this video, I'm going to show you 4 really easy ways to get a nice photo of your doll without lighting, without backdrops, and all of the other stuff that I talked about in my last video. Also, another disclaimer, I am not a professional. This is just stuff that I have done over the years, because a lot of the stuff that I have at my disposal now, I haven't always had. And in the future, I'll probably have even more shit that I don't have now. So I want to show you how I used to take fun photos of my dolls before all the stuff showed up. You'll be seeing footage from my camera in this video. In some of the shots, I have played around with ISO sensitivity in my camera. So ISO sensitivity helps with like shutter speed, and it also helps with giving you a more exposed photo in low lighting. Much of the footage that you're going to see is going to be shot in this room with no other light source except for my window. So that would be kind of like a low lighting situation. So yeah, that's something I want you guys to know. Full transparency. So the first tip that I would give you guys would be, if you have no lighting, you don't have any backdrops, and you just can't find a way to take a nice photo of your doll, but it's something that you really want to do, I would recommend just going outside and taking a picture of your doll. Holding your doll in your hand if they're small enough, and just taking some really nice pictures is a really fun way to get clean photos without having to worry about lighting and backdrops and everything. Especially, it's really easy to go outside and just find a spot under a tree, or find a spot at your favorite like spot at the beach or something, and just take a candid photo. You don't have to overthink it. And this is what this looks like. Just holding your doll in your hand and taking a really nice picture outside. All of this light that's out here is really nice. You just can't get a bad photo, I would think, outside. Yeah, it's really loud out here, but I'm sure you get my point. Let's take some pictures. The second tip would have to be just taking a photo in your space. If you have a space or a doll room or anything like that, and you don't have a backdrop and a bunch of lights, you necessarily don't need any of that stuff to get a nice picture. So with taking photos without any lamps or backdrops, one of the most important parts would have to be to find your light source. My light source being my window over here. So just, yeah, that's my light source. And if you're not going to be outside, more than likely your light source is also a window. So this girl here we're going to take some pictures of. But right now she's not facing towards the window, which is important for the example. Notice how all of the light that's hitting her hair, it's lighting her hair nicely, but it's not lighting her face. So this demonstration will show you that we need to turn our doll toward the lighting, wherever that lighting is at. And then you see how much more nicer that looks? Like it's lighting her face. And this is not even facing directly at the window. This is just slight. Now shadows can create a lot of depth in your photo. But it depends on what exactly you want, but you want to find your light source. So whatever the focus of your photo is going to be it the doll's feet or eyes or hands, make sure that that portion of the doll has found the lighting source, and then everything else should fall in place, especially if you're only using like a light source like your window. So something that I want to note is I am on the floor and I'm facing towards the doll here, and I'm at her level. And that's important because usually when you're at the doll's level, you can make a photo a lot more personable. The photo just seems to come to life when I'm at the doll's level. Here, and I'll show you guys what that looks like on my camera. So you see what I mean? So this is the view from my camera, and we're down at the doll's level, and that just makes her come to life a little bit more than what it would if I were, say, like up here. Like up here, she's still cute and everything, but she just kind of feels more like an object rather than if I came here. Yeah. Yeah, so now let's take some photos. So you could just set your doll up in a space that you feel comfortable in, someplace that's clean or maybe even colorful, and make sure that your doll finds its light source and snap some pictures. The third one would probably have to be my all-time favorite, just because it's got so much history on my like Flickr days and stuff. Putting your doll in a windowsill. Dead simple, and it does all of the same things that taking a photo of your doll outside might do, but there's just something so charming about it because there's like this little tiny person in a windowsill. You know what I mean? Right, so in the windowsill, putting your doll in the windowsill, it solves all of the problems that you find with lighting. Oftentimes when you place your doll in a windowsill, all of the light source will be present in the photo. It'll just be down to the way that you pose your doll and the angles and such that you like to take in your photo. Doll collectors have been doing this for years. Really popular over on Flickr. Lots of photos have been taken with the doll just sitting in the windowsill. I love this technique because just like being outside, it solves all of your problems, and you can usually get a really good, clear picture of your doll. So I'm going to show you what this shot looks like from my camera. There you go. That's what this shot looks like from my camera. This is the shot that we're going to take in just a moment. But you see how lovely this looks? You get all of the lighting and none of the work. And if you pull back even more, you see that just looks so nice, especially if you choose to keep some of your curtain in the photo. It just acts as a backdrop, and then the sunlight coming in from this way, it washes across the doll really nicely. Probably the fourth and most used technique would have to be flat laying. Flat laying sounds exactly what it's like. You could choose a surface or even the floor, and you could just lay your doll down, make sure you find that lighting, find a way to get down to the doll's perspective, and take some photos. I love this whole idea of throwing a bunch of like junk. It's not really junk, it's just colorful stuff that I really enjoy into my flat lay photos and taking pictures. It makes for a very charming photo, and it also feels really easy. One of the things I love the most about a flat lay situation is you can still find the light. So right now she's not really lit very well because she's facing toward me while the lighting is coming from her head. It's coming down. So ideally, she should be facing that way to catch all of the lighting. I love this whole situation with flat lays because you could just throw a bunch of junk in a flat lay and it just turns out so nice. So this, you guys have probably seen this so many times. I know I've taken a whole lot of videos and a whole lot of photos with this as a backdrop in a flat lay situation. It's honestly just a pad that I was sent with a doll that I purchased from Fayewood's Dolls years ago, and I've kept it. I don't even have the doll from this this purchase anymore, but the doll was wrapped in this and I just kept it because I was like, this is so lovely to take photos on. So what I do is I lay this out and I'll lay my doll on top of it. She probably needs a pillow to prop her head up a little bit. Give me a second. This is one of my favorites. So I'll pop a pillow back there. We'll have her waving. Pose your doll really nicely. I like to get the hair out of the doll's face if I can. Along with dust. Oh my god, dust gets so bad in the doll photos. Okay. And then from here, one of my favorite things to do is just throw junk. Like you could take your picture like this. It would be nice, it would be clean, it would be really pretty. But I like just throwing junk in the photo, just for like visual interest. Usually yarn. I love my yarn. I really do. And yarn is just a part of so much of what I do that I can't get away from it. So I just embrace the yarniness of it all. You know, my dolls love my yarn obsession too. So this is what the shot looks like from the camera. I think she's so cute. If I were to zoom out a bit and maybe come above her head a little bit, she won't make eye contact, but this is where we would be. Yeah, I love it. I like to really come in and get to the doll's perspective. These are probably one of my favorite shots. Yeah. It's really accessible because you could do flat laying on any surface. I've done flat laying just like on my balcony, which is like wood flooring, and it's adorable. So adorable. I think I did that for like a fall photo. But yeah, speaking of floors, I'm going to show you a little technique where it's flat laying, but it's flat laying from a different perspective. You can also do this same technique on top of the surface if you can't get on the floor, or if getting up off the floor is an issue for you. You could do this on top of a surface. You don't have to get on the floor like I did. It's just something that I do because I like being on the floor. This technique, you want to find your light source, which again is my window, and since she's on the floor, she's got a lot of the light is casted on the floor, so she's got lots of light to work with, and the only thing left would be to get down to the doll's perspective. So I'm going to get on the floor and I'm going to show you guys what this shot looks like from the camera. And there you have it. So one of the best parts about this whole setup is that when you take a picture from the floor with all the lighting that's down here, the background doesn't really matter. I mean, I guess it does matter. I guess making sure that the space is tidy and everything, but I just feel like this is very flattering for most doll needs. And that is it. I absolutely loved doing these last two videos. I still don't have like a schedule and stuff like back in place yet. So the videos will come when they come. But I do like the idea of doing a series where I just show you guys how I take pictures with my dolls and stuff. It's probably, outside of garment making for my dolls, photography would have to be the sub hobby that I enjoy the most with my dolls. Yeah, for sure. Because sometimes I feel like I can't enjoy a doll until I've taken a picture of it. And because this is going to be a series, I would love it if you guys drop some comments down in the comment section asking questions. What do you guys want to see? Is there a photo you might have seen of mine that you'd like me to recreate? Yeah, throw me some questions down into the comments and I will get back to them because I love the idea of doing this series. Yeah, so I guess this is the second entry in the series. My favorite comment would have to be the one that mentioned this becoming a series. I guess that's it. Yeah, that's it. That's it. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Also, this past June 14th on Sunday was World Doll Day. So me and Bob will say happy World Doll Day.